Oh, yes. You know, at 48 years old, after 17 years of marriage, yeah, it was this month in 1999 or 2000 that we got married. You remember the Y2K? Yes! It was March of 2000 when the market started going down. Yeah. I think we got married in December of 99, but I'd have to look at the marriage certificate, and I probably will. Pooh. To even suggest that after 17 years of being married that I forced my wife, yes, to get on an airplane in SeaTac, yes, fly all the way to Kosovo, yes, so that we could have a marriage ceremony, right, so that we could get married from the United Nations, yes, and then, it's not like making her at, these shotgun weddings. I was watching this television program called Pootie Tang. Yes, yes, yes. Well, Pootie Tang had moved to this real country bumpkin kind of county. Yes, where the sheriff had thought, well, you're going to marry my daughter after he had sex with her. Had a shotgun wedding, except it was a revolver that was put in his nose. Pooch! Well, Pootie Tang, he thought, yeah, I better do it, otherwise he's going to blow my head off. Now, this whole concept of me making my wife marry me when we traveled halfway across the world to have a marriage license. We had two exchange students in Port Angeles. I myself had paid for them to move here. Yes, Rotary had issued them their education visas so they could go to the Port Angeles High School. And at that time, I was considered a respected financial consultant at Washington Mutual. Maybe you'd like to look at the records at the Port Angeles High School because Liart Zerka and Jetmir Bakia, yes, they were from Kosovo because they were refugees and they were high school students. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I think both of them attended Peninsula College. Yes. Why doesn't the sheriff go up there and see? See, I wasn't considered a domestic abuser then. Pooh, a child abuser. For some reason, somebody allowed for me to have that respectability of being a financial consultant where I was working at Washington Mutual. Yes. And I personally paid for out of my pocket two exchange students from Kosovo that Rotary had approved for student visas. Now, when you think of me making my wife do anything, yes, it doesn't really speak well to this whole idea of, oh my gosh, he's a child abuser. Now, not a lot of those that are domestic abusers or child abusers actually pay to have students go to high school because they want them to have that education. Yes. And while we're talking about education, this rear pressure that you have as a county where you thought, well, you're in the family, yes, and you're one of those good monsters that is going to get a big titted high school girl to be your wife, yes, and then you're going to lizard the sex so as to act like you don't know. Yes. Then you're going to raise these children in the high schools right now. I'm thinking, okay, principals and superintendents of all of those counties that thought we are going to go this way. This whole concept of controlling the marriage and the divorce, yes, as if you, the individuals, had anything to say about what people do with their private lives. Now, when we look through, ouch! I'm telling you right now, there are very few individuals, yes, that would actually house and pay for exchange students. Well, it seemed that when I was a financial consultant, you looked at me completely different, isn't that right? Now, today, I'm going to sue the United States for extending the credit of the Constitution to the United Nations because the county right now doesn't understand that. Yeah, I had an apartment. Why don't you just go to the Port Angeles High School? You can see that I was the responsible adult for two exchange students. Yes, yes, yes. Then I did meet Heidi at the Goodwill. Yes, and then I met her at the Albertsons. Yes, yes. And we got married, but I didn't make her marry me. She had been married twice before. Approach. Now, for some reason, the county can't see beyond. I'm wanting to sue you today. Do you understand that?